Kaitlyn Dever will play Abby in The Last of Us Season 2, and the actor has a significant advantage in bringing such a controversial video game character to life. The Last of Us Season 1's ending matched the end of the first game, meaning Season 2 will cover The Last of Us Part 2. Whether the second game's story will be split into two remains to be seen, but the fact is that Abby plays a major role in Ellie's journey going forward. There are not many video game characters who are as controversial as The Last of Us Part 2's Abby, not only because of what she does to Joe but also because of how the rest of her story plays out. HBO's The Last of Us Season 2 will have the difficult mission of adapting a very divisive game for television, and some old debates may resurface. However, the series does have some advantages compared to the source material. Kaitlyn Dever's casting as Abby will help prevent backlash in The Last of Us Season 2. Abby's story in The Last of Us Part 2 was very controversial, and the same will likely be the case for the TV show's version of the character. Some of the most heated The Last of Us arguments that came with Part 2 may be reignited now that this story will be told in live action. Sadly, controversial characters usually lead to backlash aimed not only at the fictional events but also at the actors and creators involved, a phenomenon that has become dangerously common over the years in the world of video games, movies, and TV shows. Hopefully, this will not happen with The Last of Us Season 2, especially because those who are familiar with the source material already know what to expect. Additionally, Kaitlyn Dever's movies and TV shows have seen her in plenty of projects before her role as Abby, meaning viewers will feel more familiar with her and may have a better connection with the character. Additionally, Dever has shown that she has the acting chops to bring Abby from the game into live action in the best possible way, regardless of how much time Season 2 will spend with the character. Why The Last of Us Abby will be less controversial than the game version. Kaitlyn Dever and Abby in The Last of Us. Much of the controversy surrounding Abby comes from the fact that a new character introduced in the sequel kills off one of the game's protagonists just a few minutes into the story. Additionally, what happens to Abby at the end of the game is also very divisive. Abby is supposed to be a controversial character, but the reactions to her character and the game itself went beyond anything acceptable. Recently, Abby voice actor Laura Bailey opened up about receiving death threats after The Last of Us Part 2 was released, via Grounded 2, making The Last of Us Part 2. It is always concerning and disappointing when actors suffer backlash because of a fictional villain they played, and HBO will hopefully brief The Last of Us Season 2 cast about potential online criticism. From a story perspective, Kaitlyn Dever's Abby should be less controversial than the game's version of the character simply because audiences already know what is coming, from Joel's death to Ellie's decision at the end. The Last of Us Season 2 also has the chance to subvert expectations and take Abby's story in a new direction, perhaps with a couple of episodes entirely focused on her.